Well, I've got a few hours invested into this Yamaha XS650 build, and since I'm gonna go a little further down the Chopper avenue, I need to get the sort of ergonomics to look right. So as you can see, I've stripped the frame, well, stripped it down to the frame. Pretty much everything is worn out on this, so it's getting new steering head bearings. I got a rebush the swing arm pivots, and I've cut away the whole rear subframe here. This used to come up, and then there was the seat bars, and then the suspension, the upper shock mounts back here. And in order to get the attitude right of this frame and still maintain sprung rear suspension instead of a hardtail, because I can't ride a hardtail. I broke my back once already, and I don't need to break it again just cruising to work. So to do that, to get the stance right and to keep the suspension, I'm lowering the suspension points from about here down to here, and that'll allow me to get the seat lower and get a little rear fender rise, and should get the right chopper lines that I'm looking for. Ground a few things off the frame, a few little welding warts and such, and removed some extra tabs that it no longer needed. Here's the engine all pulled out. Fairly clean. It clearly has had a head gasket leak here, so I'll be pulling the top of the engine off and figuring out what's been leaking down here. But this thing hasn't been running over 5 years, so I'll replace the gaskets that I can see are obviously leaking, but it'll probably need a little bit more in the future. And the rest of the bike is kind of scattered in buckets. Headlights, suspension, bars, grips, all that good stuff. Some I'm going to use again, some I'm going to replace with different parts. Up here I've already rebuilt the brake calipers. The old pistons were seized and pitted, so brand new rubbers and pistons. And then some engine mounts. There's another caliper. Carburetors, I've taken them apart, thoroughly cleaned them. I'm still waiting on a gasket kit and some new floats, but they cleaned up really nicely, so no doubt that's going to work. And then out in the Chopper graveyard here, the rear wheel and swing arm, the forks, I've already went through the forks. They're in good shape. I've changed the fluid. The seals are not leaking yet. Got the triple tree for the bars there. We'll be getting new bearings for that, like I said. A couple of seats that I probably won't be using. The tank I will be using. I got some spoked wheels with the bike, but I won't be using those. Gonna get rid of the Z-bars. This is what was on there originally. They have their place in chopper culture, but not for me. There's the taillight and the exhaust. So again, some of this I'll be using and some of this I won't. So stay tuned, and next video we'll be putting her back together. Thanks for watching.